My name is Danito KE and welcome to Danito Talk Show on my YouTube channel at Danito KE. We are tackling the topic dealing with addiction. Welcome to another episode of this show. Allow me to introduce my guest today. Welcome on board, man of God.
Thank you very much. Once again, let me say I'm grateful for the opportunity, and let me believe that the last session we had last week, it was a blessing, and I'm still Joseph. I believe that today's session is going to be a great blessing as we are going to get more insight about dealing with addiction. And as my friend Danito has said,
Mm.
we shall continue to ensure that weekly we give more light about dealing with addiction, and I believe it's going to be a blessing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and once again, welcome on board. You are a blessing. So
Amen.
today, for them that followed our last episode last week, we laid down the introductory part of what we are going to talk about on this topic about dealing with addiction. And today, we want now to get into the meat part of this noble topic about dealing with addiction. And today, we want to look at, in this episode, we want to look at the causes of addiction. So, man of God, when we talk about causes of addiction, maybe just relating to the topic, uh, how can we now derive to this point where we are talking about causes of addictions?
Well, thank you. As my friend has said, today we want to tackle about the causes of addiction. And as we began from our introduction, I clearly said that addiction, it is something cutting across every individual, be it male or female, young or old. And therefore, as you understand, every problem has a source and it
Mm,
has a solution.
yeah.
And addiction being a problem,
Mm-hmm.
it has a source, it
Mm-hmm.
has a cause.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, we have to discuss or we
Mm-hmm.
have to go down deep and discover
Mm-hmm.
what could be the prime causes
Yeah.
of addiction,
Yes.
because each and every individual, it is people are undergoing
Yeah.
addiction,
Mm-hmm.
and we can see how the generation is faring on,
Mm-hmm.
mainly when we look at what is happening in our surrounding, in our nation,
Mm-hmm.
and outside world,
Yeah.
and what is happening. Therefore, we have so many causes,
Mm-hmm.
but for today's session,
Mm-hmm.
I have highlighted the most critical areas of
Mm-hmm.
our examination as we are going to look into the entire topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have several courses that we are going today to learn together,
Yeah.
and I believe it's going to be a blessing. It is good that we begin to realize the following. Now, I want us to look or to go straight to the point
Mm-hmm.
about the causes of addiction. Number one, we want to look at what we call a family history or background,
Yeah.
because everyone is born in a family. We
True.
come from families,
True.
and every family, it is different from another.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can look into it,
Mm-hmm.
you should be able to look back and come to an understanding
Yeah.
that how the people who came before you,
Mm-hmm.
how do they live,
Mm-hmm.
how was their lives,
Mm-hmm.
because we find some trends of addiction.
Mm-hmm.
There are things surrounding families,
Yeah.
like we have a family where alcoholism
Mm-hmm.
is a problem.
Yeah.
Therefore, you realize that the children being born in this family,
Mm-hmm.
they are just born, but reaching at a given age,
Mm-hmm.
they just follow the same trend because
Mm-hmm.
this is what they found their forefathers doing.
Yes.
Therefore, they just follow the course.
Mm-hmm.
Now, drug addiction, dealing with the issue to do with addiction, you
Mm-hmm.
realize that it is something that just these children are born, but
Yes.
they just follow the trend
The
in the
sequence.
family.
Yeah.
So you realize that each and every day,
Mm-hmm.
the livelihood of these people, in this family,
Mm.
the way they handle mainly issues about their day-to-day life.
Life, yeah.
There is a lot we can learn from families.
Yes.
Therefore, we say family, it is a very important unit because
Uh-huh.
this is one of the things that it is messing up the society.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, people who are in the society, the key people who are in the society,
Yeah.
whom we look unto as our fathers,
Mm-hmm.
people who are like our role models,
Mm-hmm.
people who are like our vendors in the
Mm-hmm.
family,
Mm-hmm.
we should go ahead and examine because you realize that
Yeah.
in this family,
Uh-huh.
people are born,
Yes.
they found a certain habit
Mm-hmm.
existing in the family.
Mm-hmm. Or culture.
And we got to realize that it being a habit
Mm-hmm.
existing in a given family,
Mm-hmm.
and how these people are conducting themselves,
Yeah.
mainly when it comes to the issues of dealing with addiction.
Addiction.
For them, it's not an addiction,
Uh-huh.
it's a way of life.
A way of life.
But when it comes to the other page, you realize it's an addiction because
Uh-huh.
the consequences are there.
Mm-hmm.
We can see the outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, cause number one about drug addiction,
Mm-hmm.
we look onto family background or the family history.
History.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is very important.
Uh-huh.
So we look into the family,
Uh-huh.
the trend in the family,
Uh-huh.
the habit in the family.
Uh-huh.
There must be something binding the family
Uh-huh.
in the course of their living. So
Okay.
you come to realize that families have issues,
Mm-hmm.
and there is a great encouragement to the young society,
Mm-hmm.
mainly basing in the families where we are born.
Yeah.
Like when you look at some families, you will realize uh, people are addicted differently
Mm-hmm.
to various things differently. So
Mm-hmm.
you realize the children being born in this family,
Mm-hmm.
they just found it existing.
Mm-hmm.
And because now it is something in their family,
Mm-hmm.
they just follow the course.
They follow the sequence.
Yeah. So it
Okay.
proceeds and it continues. But for them, as I
Uh-huh.
have said,
Uh-huh.
it's not a problem.
Yeah.
They are just okay
Yeah.
because it is in their family.
Uh-huh.
In fact, some say that this is who we are.
Yeah.
To identify ourselves,
Ourselves. Yeah.
this is what we
What
do.
we do.
This is the trend in our
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
So you realize that they say
Mm-hmm.
this came from our great great grandfather.
Grandfather.
Like let's say something like smoking.
Mm-hmm.
People believe that my great grandfather
Mm-hmm.
smoked, and also my grandfather, my father. Now
Smoke.
it is unto us.
So yeah.
So, but in the course of it,
Uh-huh.
you see
Uh,
they are not seeing the consequences.
true.
What they are seeing here,
Yeah.
it is being termed or
Mm-hmm.
being named
Mm-hmm.
as a family inheritance.
Inheritance.
Yeah,
Something they need to
yeah.
go to push it to the next generation.
Next generation and
Yeah.
next generation
Yeah.
because they believe it is in their family.
It's their family, it's their way of life and their way of doing things in the family.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's something that
yeah.
if you are born in such like a setup, uh, you need to examine the family background
Background.
so that you may find a way of maybe in one way or another
Yeah,
coming out of that addiction.
yeah,
Like you have said,
exactly.
smoking,
Yeah,
alcoholism,
yeah,
and some habits
yeah,
that are termed like at our place, this is our way of life. This is how
exactly.
my grandfather did.
Yeah,
So even my father did it, and me also, I
yeah,
can follow the same suit, and there's no problem about it. We do
exactly.
it at our place in this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was deep.
Okay, number two,
Mm-hmm.
I want us to look at what we call childhood circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Because once someone is born,
Yeah.
you come to understand or you know very well there must be growth.
Yes.
But upon um, us to agree on this point, you realize that from the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
a child goes through several stages
Stages.
of
Yeah.
life.
Yes.
And now, when we talk about childhood circumstance,
Mm-hmm.
let's look into a deeper concept where we realize
Mm-hmm.
look at a point where you are born in a family where parents don't care.
True.
Parents are not much involved in the
In the
issues of their
well-being of the
children.
children. Yeah.
And even to an extent, there is a lot of negligence going on in the society whereby parents are not part and parcel of the great progress of their children.
Yeah.
Now, when a child goes outside, when this child comes back, there is advice this child is coming with.
Yes.
But because the parent is not near, because the parent is not concerned, because the parent is not involved, you realize it. This child comes with this habit
Yeah.
in the home, and now you realize this child has been subjected, and he has been subjected to harsh treatment
Yes.
from outside and not home.
Yes.
And now you realize childhood circumstances that surround our children, mostly in our society.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a responsibility of the parent, but you realize and you come to understand also the concern about the society, because we don't raise children in a single unit, not only called family. We have community. And now people who are around the community, because now these things are becoming so rampant in our society.
True.
And even the elder people are now tolerating. Now you find this one can be one of the major cause.
Yeah.
Because there is no one who is concerned. No one is interested. Therefore, what we can say here, we have lacked community enlightenment and empowerment to come to a point where we need to realize that the influence that our children are going through, it is very severe. And you come to know, or you come to understand that circumstances that surround these children, because outside there, they're being exposed to various things.
Yes.
In terms of manners, we can call them behaviors, which lately develop become somebody's habit. We have drugs.
Yes.
We have substances that our children do what? Abuse.
Yeah.
And at this young age, and because of that, when a child comes back home and feels the pressure of the parents, that's why even some children will find them there on the streets.
Yeah.
Because they need that freedom. They need to have that time. And you find childhood circumstances, lack of care and nurturing from parents. Because throughout the growth of the child, there must be nurturing.
Yes.
There must be somebody looking after these children.
Yeah.
Because you realize it is discovered that at around 61% of the youth currently, they have been immersed in drug addiction and other behavioral changes that are not positive. And now the question remains, who is concerned? Now you find that when a parent fails, the society will fail.
We also fail.
Because now a society must produce. But now a society that is producing drunkards, a society that is producing thieves, a society that is producing men of violence, a society that is it is committed in the cause of adultery, fornication, such like things, which are now being imbibed in our children. And now they come to grow not knowing this one is right, this one is wrong. But when they come to a realization that now I need to shape up my life, you find out that this person is so much deep in addiction to a point where this person feels now, this is my lifestyle.
True.
This is my lifestyle. Because right from this person, when he or she was a child, there was no one to rebuke, there was no one to correct.
Yeah.
And you realize that this becomes a second cause that we are looking, that it is universal. It is applicable. I'm not only talking about families. It is all about societies and communities where we are born, where we come from. And it is all about nurturing. A child must be nurtured and nurtured properly. Parents should be involved. The administration should be involved, because every community has an administration system whereby everyone must be a participant. And the people who are in the society, beginning from parents, we must be the change agents.
True.
Not only to my children, but the children in the society. That's another cause that we can look into as point number 2.
It means there's the negligence part of the parents
Yeah,
nurturing the children in the correct manner
yeah,
and also having time. We are living in a world that everybody is busy.
yeah.
You find a family setup where a parent is working up to late hours, the mother is working up to late hours,
Yeah,
and so on. So you find that it's an issue of creating time
yeah,
to be with the children, to
yeah.
know their well-being, as you've said, so that you may know. Sometimes a child goes to school, comes back, you are not there to know how the child is growing or being nurtured, even with the society around. So some of these vices, they may find them from outside, but if you are a parent who is concerned, you can take note of that and then nurture that child in the best way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we continue,
Mm.
point number 3, that where we want to look into, we want to look at what we call peer influence.
Mm-hmm.
This is about youthful stage.
Yeah.
And right now, it has now come down to teenage stage,
Mm-hmm.
where you realize we have even some teenagers right now
Mm-hmm.
who are addicted.
Yeah.
When we talk about peer influence, we are talking about associations.
Yeah.
The person whom you associate.
You
When we
associate.
go in the Word of God,
Mm-hmm.
in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33, the Bible says that never be deceived.
Mm.
Bad
Bad
habits
habits
corrupts
Mm.
good morals.
Morals.
Now you find that your child or
Mm.
this teenager, this youth, he has gone to college,
Mm-hmm.
he has gone to university,
Mm-hmm.
and when you reach the college, high school, university,
Mm-hmm.
you come to find that your child or
Mhm.
this young lady, young man
Mm-hmm.
has associates,
Mm-hmm.
friends
Mm-hmm.
surrounding him,
Yeah.
or they are surrounding her.
Mm-hmm.
And now you find that these people, all they are doing,
Mm-hmm.
it is what this gentleman, this young lady want to learn from them.
Yes.
And because you are in the same circle now,
Yeah.
you are relating, you are in the group, tentatively,
Mm-hmm.
this person becomes more tempted
Mm-hmm.
just to become like friends.
Mm-hmm.
This person has come to this association, this group, this relationship,
Yes.
and now you find that whatever they are doing,
Mm-hmm.
it becomes contagious.
Yes.
It influences other
Mm-hmm.
people.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, this influence is negative because the end result,
Yeah.
it will not be positive.
Mm-hmm.
And it failing to be positive simply means
Uh-huh.
that this person has been imparted
Mm-hmm.
negatively
Negatively.
to what we call addiction.
Addiction.
Why? Is because, simply because the friends
Mm-hmm.
is influence.
Yeah.
Someone is being asked, if we are doing, why not you?
Mm-hmm.
If this is the kind of life,
Life.
eh,
Mm.
now they normally say that we have the old generation.
Yeah.
Now a new generation has come
Mm.
with a new system,
True.
and the new system that is being governed
Mm-hmm.
with immorality. A
Yeah.
new system that doesn't have correction,
Correction.
whereby now this person who has never been exposed before
Yeah.
to psychologic behaviors,
Behaviors. Yeah.
psychologic addictions,
Mm-hmm.
this person slowly by slowly
Mm-hmm.
begin to engage
Mm-hmm.
step by step. When you will be talking about the process, you will realize
Mm-hmm.
that someone step by step comes to us a place of grading. Now this one becomes now your
A
desire,
desire.
because now you have learned.
Uh-huh.
First, this person observed,
Observes.
and after he has observed, it
Mm.
gets into the mind,
Mind.
and now trial begins.
Yeah.
Through the trial,
Mm.
slowly by slowly, it enters.
Yeah.
And once a person has opened up to something,
Yeah.
mainly through observation,
Yes.
you see, we have what we call visual power.
Mm-hmm.
And now this person has observed, he has learned, he has now, and now he or she is on trial,
Mm-hmm.
trying to look onto the concept of what about me?
Yes.
Let me give it a trial.
Yeah.
So you find after a short while,
Yeah.
or after some time,
Mm-hmm.
this addiction becomes a reality in the life of this person.
Yeah.
So that is what we call peer
Peer
influence.
influence.
this person is being imparted negatively.
Negatively.
And this person may not even discover or may not know.
Yeah.
He just may think that because I want to fit in this group, let me do. Because they are my friends, they are my colleagues. Yeah, we are in the same age level.
Yeah.
We are doing the same things. That's why you will find so many people, young generation right now,
Yeah.
they have groups. Some even have formed groups where they can meet, where they can conduct everything they feel this is right for us, this is for our group, this is where we belong. Even some go ahead making vows as members of these groups.
That, yeah.
But the vices we see coming up and the results we are looking into, the consequences, you find that these people, this young generation,
Yeah.
it is becoming something different. So addiction is becoming rampant day and night.
Yeah.
Because of peer influence.
Can let's say the younger generation, can they also be influenced positively?
Exactly. It depends whom you are relating with.
Yeah.
And it also depends what do you need in life. If you can open up your eyes to see,
Yeah.
and visualize your destiny, then automatically you will come back to yourself.
Okay.
And be able to manage your behavior in accordance to where you are headed to.
Yeah.
But if you limit your insight, if you limit your mind to associations without knowing whom you are relating to, automatically, if it is negative, results are negative.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
have
But
a
if
negative
you can visualize and see, then automatically we shall talk about positive things.
positive things.
Yeah, because engagements or relationships, they have a greater impact.
Yeah.
Because even the way we are today, we learned from somebody.
Very true.
We did not wake up just one day and say, this is what I want to pursue in life. There was a desire, but that desire had to be propelled
Yeah.
through relationship. And through this relationship, there was influence in this relationship that resulted who we are.
Who we are today.
Yeah.
That was so deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then another
Another one, I want to look at what we call surrounding cultures in our society. Like people who come from western parts of Kenya, we come to realize we have seasons. Like a season of circumcision.
True.
This is a culture.
Yeah.
In the community. And we have so many other cultures that are in various communities basing where you come from. Everyone has a community, everyone has a society.
Yeah.
And you come to know or you come to understand or you discover that every community, like for example, when you come to Western and you are in a sub-tribe where circumcision, it is respected and it is obeyed in terms of culture.
Yes.
Something to do with alcohol is not an issue because it is part of the celebration.
Of the celebration.
And who are being involved? They are the older people in the society who are our grandfathers and fathers with the younger generation. So whatever is happening in the cultural system,
setup,
you realize even as these young men are growing, when they grow, come to that age. For example, in the older days, when you could go to hospital for circumcision, people will say you are a coward because they believed in the culture. And this through this culture, we have influence that we have things that are being passed from the older generation to the new generation. And the new generation that these people are being circumcised. Now, taking alcohol becomes
a way of life.
A way of life
It's
because it is my culture.
Yeah.
Having multiple wives, it becomes something normal. It's a culture. Committing fornication because this celebration people indulge in so many things. And at the end of the day, you come to realize that these same people are the one whom we are expecting in the coming generation. So whatever they are carrying, They are carrying fornication,
Yeah.
drunkenness, and so many other things. They are bringing to another generation.
Yeah.
Another generation comes, same thing.
Same thing.
Now, it becomes a sequential thing.
Yeah.
It proceeds from one person
generation to
to another and to another. So, our culture that it is surrounding us, it has so many to be talked about because various communities,
Yeah.
and we find like it's something like abuse, like mainly issues we deal with them like now in marriage, about how wives are being mistreated, about the inhuman acts. You see, in the system that where we are coming from, the cultural part of it,
Yeah.
a woman doesn't have voice.
Yes.
But now this molestation becomes a poison in the society, something that it is addictive. That if I cannot do this, then I'm not a man. So you realize that in other way, it is a culture, but it's addictive. Therefore, it's a wrong culture.
Very true.
Being a wrong culture simply means that at the end of it, that we are not getting anything positive
out of it.
Everything that we are getting from this culture is negative. So, cultural aspect of life, where we come from. In fact, culture, we talk about the way of life. How do these people live? How did they live? And how are they living?
Yes.
Culture becomes a law.
Yeah.
That's why when you go to psychometrics, they say that if you don't do this, you will die. And it is believed that they comment that when you are in this cultural aspect of life, even if you are born again, we have things you should not abandon. We have things you should not leave. They say this belongs to our great grandfather. Therefore, if you abandon this, you are not part of this community. You are not part of our family. We can only identify you through this. Therefore, you with your salvation and saying that we are cleansed the blood of Jesus and everything, it becomes null and void to them. It becomes useless. What they want to see, it is you to. There's a saying in Kiswahili that mwacha mila ni mtumwa. So, but this culture, it is enslaving you and it is possessing you. And through this possession, the manifestation is addiction.
It is addiction.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you have any question whatsoever, comment or suggestion, you are free to comment on our social media platform on the comment section below. Until another time, see you and God bless you so much.